The Deathworld Alliance faced the most dangerous ship. Until Earth joined the fight. Best HFY story. The Deathworld Alliance had never faced an enemy like this before. In the cold emptiness of deep space, near the edge of Alliance territory, the black void was suddenly filled with a strange, silent ship. It hovered near the mining world of Cora Prime, unannounced and unyielding. The ship was enormous, its hull black like a shadow, reflecting nothing. It gave off no signals, no life readings, no heat. It was as if the ship itself was alive but hiding in darkness. Captain Daniel Brooks stared at the viewscreen from the bridge of the Alliance cruiser Iron Claw. He was a tall man with sharp eyes and a calm voice, but right now, worry lined his face. "What is it?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Around him, the crew was tense. Lieutenant Eric Cole tapped at the comm panels, sending repeated hails. Every message came back as static. Nothing. Silence. Commander Lisa Grant, tactical officer, leaned forward over her console. "It doesn't match any known Alliance ship or any known alien design. The hull patterns, they're organic, almost living. I've never seen technology like this." Her voice was steady, but there was fear hidden behind her calm. Daniel rubbed his jaw. "How many ships do we have nearby?" Lisa looked at her tactical display. 5 frigates in orbit. 2 destroyers on patrol outside the system. All of them are standard Alliance models. If that thing attacks, we won't stand a chance." The silence lasted only a few moments before it was broken by a sudden, violent tremor through the ship. Alarms blared as Iron Claw rocked. "What was that?" Daniel shouted. On the viewscreen, the black ship suddenly moved. It didn't accelerate like normal ships. It shifted in strange patterns, twisting slightly as it glided forward. And then it fired. Energy beams struck one of the frigates in orbit. The shields flared, glowed for a moment, and then collapsed. The frigate exploded silently, debris scattering into space. Another ship tried to move into attack formation, but a precise volley destroyed it in seconds. Daniel could feel the dread rising. This was no ordinary attack. The ship seemed to know exactly where every vessel would move before it did. "Retreat," Daniel ordered. "Pull back, get out of its line of fire." "Captain," Lisa said, "it's faster than predicted. It's targeting, it's like it's thinking ahead." Daniel clenched his fists. He had fought in many battles, seen alien predators, and survived dangerous missions. But this was something else. The crew of Iron Claw scrambled, sending signals to retreat while maintaining formation. One by one, the Alliance ships pulled back toward safer distance, but not without cost. 2 more frigates were destroyed before they could escape. Lieutenant Eric Cole was sweating. "Captain, every time we make a move, it anticipates it. We can't fight like this." Lisa bit her lip. "It's learning. Every time we attack, it adjusts. The patterns, they're evolving." Daniel's heart sank. If it keeps learning like this, there won't be anything left of the Alliance. Meanwhile, on the planet below, workers in the mining stations were evacuated. Alarms blared across Cora Prime as the black ship hovered in orbit. It did not land. It did not communicate. It simply waited, as if deciding which target to destroy next. High above, in Alliance command centers, panic spread. Admiral Henry Mills was old, experienced, and stubborn. He had seen many wars and believed the Alliance could handle anything. Yet when the reports of destroyed ships reached him, even he felt unease. "Send a full fleet," he barked. "Destroy it. We cannot allow an unknown enemy to threaten our systems. Daniel, you are in command of the main strike." Daniel felt the weight of responsibility. "Yes, sir." Even as they prepared, intelligence reports came from neighboring systems. The same black ship was spotted near other outposts. In each place it destroyed patrols with precision and left nothing but silence. There was no signature, no signal, no warning, only destruction. Back on Iron Claw, Lisa Grant studied the data. It's not just a ship. It's a weapon, and it's alive in some way. There's a bioneural component. It's learning from our actions and adapting instantly. The more predictable we are, the more it destroys. Daniel nodded grimly. Then we need to change how we fight. We cannot fight like we always have. He turned to Lieutenant Cole. Send messages to all fleet captains. Tell them to prepare for unorthodox tactics. I want unpredictable movement, non-linear attacks, anything to confuse it. Eric nodded, typing quickly. Yes, sir. Yet even with orders sent, Daniel knew the Alliance was at a disadvantage. Their ships were designed for precision and coordinated strikes, not chaos. To fight unpredictably was dangerous, even suicidal for human-designed fleets. The first attempt at strategy failed. When the Alliance fleet approached the Black Ship a second time, they tried new maneuvers, breaking formation slightly, but the ship anticipated every move. Destroyers were torn apart before they could fire. The Iron Claw barely escaped a direct hit, with hull plating scorched and shields failing. On the bridge, Lisa swore softly. It's like it's reading our intentions. Nothing works. Daniel leaned back in his chair, exhaustion in his eyes. Then we're going to need help. Someone outside the Alliance. Someone who fights differently, someone unpredictable. Lisa's brow furrowed. Who could match it? Daniel paused. He thought of the rumors he had heard in meetings. Earth, a Deathworld as they called it. Humans from Earth were new to galactic politics, but had survived wars no one else could imagine. They were known for improvisation, cunning, and survival instinct. The Alliance had kept them at a distance, unsure if they could handle space politics, but now they might be the only hope. Daniel sent the request, a message to Earth, coded with all the battle information they had. It detailed the ship's attacks, the precision, the devastating capabilities. They requested urgent assistance. As the message left the relay, the Black Ship appeared again. This time it did not fire immediately. It seemed to watch. Daniel and his crew felt a chill. The ship was not just attacking, it was learning, observing. What if it knows we called for help? Eric asked nervously. Lisa shook her head. It doesn't know that, but it's learning patterns and it's waiting for us to make mistakes. Daniel clenched his fists. We cannot afford mistakes anymore. For hours, the fleet held position, trying to avoid the Black Ship while awaiting Earth's response. Every report from other sectors was worse. Systems were under attack, mining colonies destroyed, patrol ships annihilated. The Alliance faced its greatest threat ever. During this waiting period, Dr. Amanda Price worked with Daniel and Lisa from a secure data station. She studied the wreckage that could be collected from the destroyed ships. There's something alive in the technology, she said, pointing at bioneural circuits on her display. It's part machine, part organism. That is why it adapts so quickly. If it were purely mechanical, we might have a chance, but it learns and it survives. Daniel's face went pale. Then this isn't a normal warship, it's a predator, and we are the prey. Amanda nodded. Exactly, and from what I can see, it's learning faster than we are. Every battle we lose teaches it more. Every tactic we try becomes part of its database. Eventually, it will know every possible Alliance move before we make it. The thought was terrifying. Daniel and Lisa exchanged glances. For the first time in their careers, they faced an enemy that was beyond conventional strategy. As the hours passed, the Alliance leadership made a decision. They would wait for Earth's answer. They reinforced defensive positions around key planets and stations, though they knew defenses would be quickly breached if the Black Ship returned in force. At night in the quiet of the command bridge, Daniel looked out at the void. Stars shone like distant fires, indifferent to the struggle below. He thought of Earth, a blue planet filled with humans. Perhaps they would come. Perhaps for the first time the Alliance could have a chance. Then the sensors picked it up again. The Black Ship moved toward Cora Prime. This time there would be no retreat. Daniel's heart pounded. The Alliance fleet readied their weapons. Shields powered up. Energy beams glimmered in the dark, and for the first time the crew felt something like fear and hope. The black ship loomed closer. Its hull shimmered strangely, dark against the stars, almost alive. Daniel could feel it watching, predicting, waiting. He gritted his teeth and spoke into the calm. "All hands, prepare for engagement. Hold your ground, fight smart, and be ready for anything. This is the enemy we cannot afford to lose to." The bridge was silent except for the hum of engines and the occasional alarm. Outside, the black ship glided closer, waiting for the attack to begin. Iron Claw and the remaining fleet moved as one, trying to anticipate the unpredictable. But Daniel knew deep down, nothing could fully prepare them. The battle for survival had begun. And no one knew if help from Earth would arrive in time. Earth received the message from the Deathworld Alliance late in the cycle. In the command center of the Orbital Defense Station over New Chicago, Admiral John Carter read the reports carefully. Beside him stood Commander Mia Roberts, her hands folded calmly. Captain Logan Cruz leaned on the railing behind them, observing the data screens, while Engineer Noah Bennett analyzed the technical readings. "The reports are bad," Admiral John said. "Entire fleets destroyed in seconds. They say the ship is alive, part machine, part organism, and it learns from every engagement." Mia's brow furrowed. "We have records of unpredictable enemies, Admiral, but this is something new. The attack patterns are too precise, too fast. It anticipates every move the Alliance makes." Noah tapped on his console. "It looks like it uses predictive algorithms combined with bioneural systems. It learns in real time. Every attack we simulate, it adapts instantly." Logan shook his head. "We've never fought anything like this. A fleet that learns from you before you act, it's like it sees the future." Admiral John leaned back in his chair. "Then maybe we fight differently. Humans are unpredictable. That's what makes us dangerous. We don't always follow rules or patterns. Maybe that can work in our favor." Mia nodded. "We improvise. We adapt faster than any computer can predict. If we go in prepared for chaos, we might have a chance." The decision was made quickly. Earth would join the fight. The task force would be led by the battleship Liberty Dawn, a heavily armed and fast vessel built for versatility. Captain Logan Cruz would command the ship. Before departure, the human crew trained with simulations designed to confuse the enemy. Logan worked with Commander Mia, Captain Cruz, and Engineer Noah to develop strategies using randomness, unpredictable attacks, and sudden maneuvers. Sergeant Luke Turner led the Marine boarding teams, ready to fight inside enemy ships if necessary. Lieutenant Grace Hill tested weapons firing sequences in random patterns, ensuring the crew would not follow predictable routines. Meanwhile, messages were sent to the Deathworld Alliance, explaining that Earth would join the fight. Some Alliance leaders were skeptical. Humans were new to galactic politics. They were unpredictable, sometimes reckless, but also resilient. Time was short. The Alliance had no other choice. Captain Daniel Brooks of the Alliance fleet met with Logan Cruz for the first time in orbit above Cora Prime. The tension was immediate. Daniel was disciplined and cautious. Logan was calm but confident. Both men measured each other silently. "We've studied the attacks," Logan said finally. "This ship learns patterns. It predicts formations, firing sequences, even evasive maneuvers. But humans fight differently. We improvise, we break patterns. That's our advantage." Daniel nodded slowly. "We need that advantage. You have full access to the battle data, but Earth tactics are your own. Don't share everything with the fleet. Some things have to be your surprise." The Alliance fleet prepared for the next encounter. The black ship, known as the Revenant, reappeared in orbit near Cora Prime. Its presence was silent, intimidating. Sensors could barely detect heat signatures. The crew of Iron Claw shivered at the sight. The humans and the Alliance coordinated their positions, but differently this time. Humans stayed slightly behind the main line of Alliance ships. Logan Cruz gave the order: "Do not follow formations. Move freely. Change speed." Fake retreats, force the Revenant to adjust constantly, keep it guessing. The battle began. Energy beams cut through the darkness of space. The Revenant fired with deadly accuracy. Alliance ships were hit immediately as expected. Two cruisers exploded and smaller frigates were destroyed. For a moment, it seemed the humans' tactics would fail. Then Logan acted. The Liberty Dawn moved unpredictably, weaving in and out of fire lines, changing trajectory suddenly. Smaller human frigates scattered in random directions. Some shut down engines completely, drifting as if dead, and then powered up again in unexpected positions. The Revenant hesitated. Its weapons missed for the first time. Energy beams struck empty space. Shields flared uselessly. The human's chaos disrupted its predictive calculations. Daniel watched from Iron Claw. "It's working," he said quietly. "It's reacting to the humans. It can't predict them." Mia Roberts analyzed the data. Every time the humans change patterns, the Revenant pauses for a fraction of a second. It's adapting, but slower than before. That's the opening we need. The humans press their advantage. Random attacks, sudden acceleration, unpredictable positioning, all of it forced the Revenant to waste energy firing at empty space. Alliance ships began to take advantage of the openings created by human tactics. A few smaller cruisers managed to fire successful volleys, scoring minor hits on the Black Ship. Despite the initial chaos, casualties were still high. Alliance ships exploded. Human vessels took damage, though less than the Alliance. But for the first time, the Revenant retreated. It disengaged and vanished into the darkness, leaving the fleet alive but battered. After the battle, the fleets regrouped near a secure system. Daniel and Logan met again on the bridge of Iron Claw. The two captains studied the battle data. "You were right," Daniel admitted. "The humans fight unpredictably. That's something the Revenant cannot calculate. But this is only the beginning. It will learn from this battle. We have to adapt faster than it can." Logan nodded. "Exactly. Every time we fight, it will improve. We have to stay ahead, stay unpredictable. And that means cooperation between our crews. We teach the Alliance to fight differently, and we learn from their experience too." Mia Roberts studied the patterns. "If we combine human improvisation with Alliance firepower, we can control the battlefield. The key is coordination without predictability." Engineer Noah Bennett looked worried. "We can't fight like this for long. The Revenant is learning from every encounter. We have to understand its systems if we want to defeat it completely." Dr. Amanda Price joined the discussion remotely from Cora Prime. "We have data from the destroyed ships. The Revenant is partially organic. It's not just a warship, it's alive. Its core is biological, connected to the systems. That is why it adapts so quickly. If we can exploit the core, we might have a chance to destroy it permanently." The humans and Alliance officers worked together. They began simulations, experimenting with signal interference, electronic warfare, and random tactical movements. Every tactic tested was chaotic, designed to confuse the Revenant's bioneural systems. Meanwhile, civilians on Cora Prime were evacuated. News of Earth joining the fight gave hope. It also created unease. Many had never seen humans before. Some worried about their recklessness. But the more cautious leaders realized humans might be the only chance to stop the unstoppable ship. In orbit over Cora Prime, Logan Cruz and Daniel Brooks reviewed the battle plans for the next engagement. "We need to force it into a trap," Logan said. "Not a normal trap, one it cannot predict. We use small strike teams mixed with the main fleet. Chaos everywhere. We overload it with false signals, fake attacks, and sudden retreats." Daniel frowned. "We risk more ships. It could destroy us before we succeed." Logan shrugged. "Yes, but if we do nothing, it destroys everything anyway." Sergeant Luke Turner drilled his Marine teams in zero-gravity combat. "Remember," he said, "inside this ship anything could happen. Stay calm, stay ready, and improvise. Nothing in simulations will fully prepare you. Lieutenant Grace Hill tested unpredictable firing sequences. Weapons discharged at random intervals, forcing gunners to react quickly. Engineers monitored shield patterns to ensure ships could survive sudden attacks. Over the next few days, Earth's fleet and the Alliance moved in formations unlike any seen before. Ships spread across wider areas, moving individually but coordinated through rapid communication. Energy beams flashed unpredictably. Small skirmishes were staged to confuse the Revenant. Every movement was calculated, yet random. Then the Revenant returned. It appeared over Cora Prime with deadly precision. It fired on distant Alliance positions, cutting through defenses with terrifying accuracy. But this time, humans were ready. They dispersed in unpredictable formations, creating false targets, decoying attacks. Energy beams hit empty space. Shields flared uselessly. Alliance ships fired where openings appeared. Humans moved in patterns that could not be anticipated. The Revenant struggled to adapt. For the first time, Daniel and Logan saw a flicker of hope. The Revenant fired wildly, its attacks losing precision. It had never encountered enemies like humans. The chaos forced it to hesitate. In the midst of the battle, Noah Bennett monitored systems. It's reacting slower. Every false signal, every unpredictable move slows its response. We can exploit this further. Mia Roberts nodded. We've learned its weakness. If we continue the unpredictable attacks and combine them with precision strikes, we can force it to retreat again, or even damage it severely. The battle ended with heavy casualties, but the humans and Alliance survived. The Revenant retreated into the darkness, leaving the fleets exhausted but alive. Daniel Brooks exhaled deeply. This was only possible because of humans. They changed the way we fight. We can't go back to our old methods. Logan Cruz smiled slightly. And we won't. The fight isn't over, but now we know we can face it. Together, Earth and the Alliance have a chance. Dr. Amanda Price sent a final message before leaving the command hub. We have data, we have tactics. If we prepare, if we combine improvisation with technology, we may have a real chance to stop the Revenant completely. This is only the beginning. As the fleets regrouped, the crew of Iron Claw and the Liberty Dawn looked at the stars. The black ship had retreated, but it would return. The humans had given the Alliance hope, but the fight was far from over. Daniel turned to Logan. Next time we strike harder, and we fight smarter, Logan nodded. And unpredictable, that's the only way to win. Outside, the stars shone calmly. In the void, the Revenant waited. Silent, patient, and deadly. The war between the Alliance, humans, and the most dangerous ship in the galaxy had only just begun. Part 2 ends with Earth joining the fight, humans using unpredictable tactics for the first time, and after the first battle, the fleets of Earth and the Deathworld Alliance regrouped in a secure system. Damage reports were grim, but hope remained. Humans and Alliance officers worked together to learn from what had just happened. Captain Daniel Brooks of the Alliance and Captain Logan Cruz of the Liberty Dawn spent hours reviewing every movement, every missed shot, and every minor success. This ship is not just a machine, Daniel said quietly. It is alive, and it learns faster than we can adapt. Logan nodded. I've seen a few things like this in old human wars on Earth. Machines and living organisms combined. A bioneural ship. It reacts like a brain. It learns. It adapts. We can't fight it the same way twice. Commander Mia Roberts leaned over a console, pointing at the screen. I analyzed the energy patterns from the destroyed Alliance ships. The Revenant's weapons fire is linked to its biocore. It anticipates movements, not by calculation alone, but by predicting actions like a living thing. If we can overload or confuse that core, we might stop it permanently. Engineer Noah Bennett looked uneasy. We don't know how strong that core is. We can't just overload it without risking our own ships. We have to be very careful. Dr. Amanda Price, working remotely, joined the conversation. The key is unpredictability. Humans move unpredictably naturally, but we can also amplify that electronically. Signal interference, random commands, false attacks. If we combine human chaos with electronic disruption, we can confuse the core long enough to strike it. Daniel rubbed his jaw. That's a dangerous plan, but it may be the only plan that works. Logan smiled slightly. Danger is something humans and Alliance soldiers can handle. We just need precision when it counts. The fleet split into smaller units to test new tactics. Humans took the lead in these exercises. Frigates moved in random, chaotic patterns. They simulated fake retreats, sudden acceleration, and unpredictable energy bursts. Alliance ships followed in coordination, learning to break their rigid patterns. During the first trial, a small squadron approached a destroyed mining station, simulating the Revenant's attack. The ships changed direction repeatedly, fired randomly, and powered shields on and off unexpectedly. Sensors recorded the data. Mia studied the results. Even a small group of unpredictable movements can confuse the Revenant. We can use this against it. But we must train every ship in the fleet to be unpredictable, Noah added, and we need to monitor its reaction. If it adapts too quickly, we may have only seconds to exploit openings. In the next days, humans and Alliance soldiers trained together. Sergeant Luke Turner led boarding drills, teaching Alliance Marines how to improvise inside enemy ships. Lieutenant Grace Hill tested weapons timing, firing at random intervals to avoid predictable patterns. Engineers practiced shutting down systems briefly and restarting them suddenly to simulate fake power surges. Captain Daniel Brooks watched the training. He realized the humans' improvisation was teaching the Alliance a completely new way of war. "We've been too rigid," he admitted. "We fight with honor with formations. That doesn't work against something that learns every move." The humans explained that unpredictability, chaos, and improvisation were part of their survival instinct. On Earth, wars were fought with guerrilla tactics, traps, and spontaneous attacks. The Revenant, no matter how fast it adapted, could not predict pure chaos. After several days, reports came from other systems. The Revenant had attacked again. Alliance fleets had been destroyed before the humans arrived. Casualties were high. It was clear that the enemy was spreading, seeking out systems with defenses and overwhelming them. Daniel turned to Logan. "We have to engage it soon. If it keeps moving system to system, we cannot defend everything. We need a plan to confront it directly." Logan nodded. "I agree, but we have to be careful. A direct attack without preparation will be suicide. We need to hit it with unpredictability and coordination at the same time." Dr. Amanda Price analyzed debris from the last battle. The Revenant is partially organic. Its drones and weapon systems are extensions of its biological core. If we attack the core directly, it may fail entirely, but it is heavily protected. Only a precise strike combined with electronic chaos could work. Daniel frowned. "Then we need a way to overload the core while minimizing risk to our ships." Mia Roberts suggested a new strategy. "We divide into small strike teams. Each team attacks from different directions, using random movement. Some ships will appear to retreat, drawing fire. Others will simulate attacks at false intervals. We confuse it completely, then strike the core directly." Noah Bennett added, "We can also feed false signals into its sensors. Randomized energy patterns, decoy ships, signal interference. That will overload its ability to predict." The crews began planning the operation. Human and Alliance officers coordinated positions, timing, and roles. Captain Daniel Brooks would lead the main Alliance ships. Captain Logan Cruz would command the human fleet, executing unpredictable maneuvers. Sergeant Luke Turner would lead boarding teams if opportunities arose. For days, simulations and training continued. Alliance officers struggled with improvisation at first. Soldiers were used to following orders, moving in formation, and acting predictably. Humans showed them how to think differently, to react spontaneously, to trust instincts over rules. Finally, the fleets were ready. The plan was bold and dangerous, but it offered the best chance to strike the Revenant. The Revenant appeared near the planet Zarian, a strategic hub of the Alliance. Its arrival was silent. Sensors barely detected it until it opened fire, destroying a remote mining station with terrifying precision. Alliance ships scrambled to defend civilians. Humans and Alliance units moved into position. The humans led the maneuver. Frigates moved unpredictably, weaving in and out of fire lines. Cruisers changed direction repeatedly. Some ships powered down completely, drifting as if dead, then reactivated at random intervals. Energy beams flashed across space in unexpected patterns. The Revenant fired back, its shots precise at first, then faltering. Every random move disrupted its calculations. For the first time, the bioneural core could not predict the attacks. It reacted slowly. Daniel Brooks watched the battle unfold. It's working. Every unpredictable movement slows it down. Now we strike. Logan Cruz smiled. All strike teams move in, overload its sensors, and prepare for boarding if possible. Engineer Noah Bennett activated electronic warfare protocols. False signals, decoy attacks, and randomized energy pulses flooded the area. The Revenant's targeting system struggled. Energy beams missed, striking empty space. Its drones faltered, some colliding with its own hull. Mia Roberts monitored the battle from Iron Claw. It's confused. Its core is reacting slower. The chaos is working. Keep up the pressure. Sergeant Luke Turner led a small boarding squad toward one of the drones. Prepare for zero-gravity combat, he instructed. We may find a way to reach the core from inside. The drones were organic, alive, and vicious. Marines fought with close-quarters tactics, neutralizing the drones from within. The squads collected data on the Revenant's internal systems, discovering that its organic tissue was linked directly to its weapons. Destroying these systems would weaken the entire ship. After several hours, the fleets created a network of unpredictability. The Revenant's attacks became erratic, its weapons misfired, its drones collapsed. For the first time, humans and the Alliance had the upper hand. Daniel Brooks and Logan Cruz coordinated a final attack. All ships concentrate on the central hull, Logan ordered. Strike in unpredictable patterns. Do not follow formation. Do not hesitate. Alliance ships fired with precision, while human ships attacked in chaotic bursts. Energy beams and missiles collided with the Revenant's hull, hitting sections of the organic core. The ship shuddered, its energy readings spiking. Dr. Amanda Price monitored the bioneural core. It's overloading. Keep it up. Every random signal, every unpredictable attack adds stress to the core. If we continue, it may fail entirely. The Revenant moved violently, spinning and firing wildly. Its weapons hit its own drones, destroying parts of its hull. The core pulsed erratically, unstable. Daniel Brooks saw an opportunity. Strike with everything we have. Now. The human fleet converged, firing at weak points, creating more chaos. Alliance ships followed, exploiting openings. The Revenant could no longer calculate. It became vulnerable. Noah Bennett activated the final protocol, a massive surge of false signals and randomized attacks designed to overload the biocore completely. The core glowed brightly, its organic tissue thrashing inside the hull. The Revenant screamed silently through space. Its weapons misfired, drones collapsed, and the ship's hull cracked. It was struggling to survive against the unpredictability of its enemies. Sergeant Luke Turner and his team found a weak point. Boarding the exposed section, they planted charges and disabled internal systems. Energy readings spiked further. Finally, the core could not handle the chaos. It collapsed, producing a blinding pulse of light. The Revenant shuddered, then exploded in a silent storm of debris and organic matter. Silence returned. The fleets drifted in space, battered but alive. Humans and Alliance soldiers watched the remnants of the greatest threat they had ever faced. Daniel Brooks exhaled deeply. We did it together, humans and the Alliance. We survived, and we won. Logan Cruz nodded. But this was only possible because we fought differently, unpredictable, improvising. That's how humans survive, that's how we won. Mia Roberts looked at the wreckage. We've learned something important. The Alliance must change. Our tactics, our thinking. Predictable patterns are dangerous. We must adapt. Noah Bennett smiled. And we now know what we're up against. We can rebuild, prepare, and improve for the future. This was a lesson we will not forget. Sergeant Luke Turner surveyed his Marines. We survived against a living warship, and we fought smart. Improvisation and teamwork saved us. Remember this. It may happen again. The fleets began repairs. Alliance leaders admitted that humans were invaluable. Captain Daniel Brooks personally thanked Captain Logan Cruz. Mutual respect had grown between them, and a new bond formed between the humans and the Alliance. Dr. Amanda Price studied the organic remains. It wasn't just a ship, she said quietly. It was built for war, designed to survive anything. And if someone built it, there may be more out there. Logan Cruz looked at the stars. Then we'll be ready, humans and the Alliance together, unpredictable, adaptable, and strong. The battle was won, but the war for survival and the secrets of the Revenant were far from over. Earth and the Deathworld Alliance had survived the first challenge together, and now, stronger, they prepared for whatever came next. After the first victory against the Revenant, the fleets of Earth and the Deathworld Alliance worked quickly to repair ships and prepare for the next encounter. The Black warship had retreated, but it would return. Its bioneural core was damaged but not destroyed. Every sensor scan showed it could strike again, anywhere in the Alliance territory. Captain Daniel Brooks and Captain Logan Cruz stood together on the bridge of Iron Claw, overlooking the repaired fleet. Daniel's hands rested on the railing, and he stared at the stars. "We can't wait for it to pick another target," he said. "We have to confront it directly, and we have to finish this before it grows stronger." Logan nodded. "We know its weakness now. Chaos, unpredictability, and random attacks overload its core. This time, we strike with everything we have." Commander Mia Roberts coordinated with Lisa Grant, the Alliance tactical officer. Together, they mapped out the Revenant's last known coordinates. The ship was heading toward the populated system of Veridian, a key hub with several Alliance colonies. If it attacked there, thousands of civilians would die. Admiral John Carter contacted Daniel and Logan. "We commit all human fleets to this engagement. You will lead the strike, but timing and unpredictability are key. The Revenant cannot predict us this time. If we fail, we lose everything." Engineer Noah Bennett adjusted weapon systems on the Liberty Dawn. Every energy, weapon, missile, and sensor system will operate unpredictably. We'll scramble its calculations before the fight begins. But we need to synchronize our fleets carefully. Chaos has to be controlled chaos. Sergeant Luke Turner gathered the boarding teams. "We will be ready if the Revenant exposes any openings. Stay alert and improvise when necessary. Nothing in simulations will prepare you fully, so think fast and act faster." The fleet moved into position near Veridian. Alliance ships formed a defensive perimeter around the planet, while humans moved in scattered formations, keeping sensors hidden to avoid giving the Revenant predictable targets. The civilian colonies were evacuated under the protection of smaller human and Alliance vessels. The Revenant appeared suddenly above Veridian, its black hull shimmering like liquid shadow. It paused, scanning the fleet. For the first time, the humans and Alliance could see its movements clearly. Its drones spread across space, ready to intercept any attack. Daniel Brooks gripped the railing. "All ships hold position. Wait for my signal. Observe its movements carefully. Don't fire unless commanded. Chaos will be our weapon, but timing is everything." Logan Cruz gave a subtle nod to his crew. Liberty Dawn and all human ships begin randomized movement protocols. Break formation. Accelerate, decelerate, drift. Engage sensors briefly, then shut down. Make it impossible for the Revenant to predict our positions. The humans moved like shadows across space. Smaller frigates darted unpredictably. Cruisers weaved and twisted. Engines powered down and restarted without warning. Energy bursts flared intermittently. The Revenant fired and its beams struck empty space, missing their targets by meters. Daniel observed the patterns. "It's struggling already. Its core is reacting slower. Keep up the pressure." Lisa Grant analyzed the battle. Every random movement increases the stress on its bioneural systems. It can't calculate this. It will start making mistakes soon. Noah Bennett activated the electronic warfare grid. Signals flooded the area, creating false targets and confusing the ship's sensors. The Revenant paused, its organic core pulsing irregularly. Drones collided with each other. Energy weapons fired at nothing. Sergeant Luke Turner led a boarding squad toward an exposed drone cluster. They drifted through the void in zero gravity, armed with cutting tools and magnetic grapplers. As they reached the drones, they discovered the organic tissue inside, connected to the mechanical systems. Using explosives and precise cuts, they destroyed the drone systems from within. Daniel Brooks signaled the Alliance fleet. "Focus fire on the areas the humans expose. Use their chaos as cover. Strike all weak points simultaneously. Don't hesitate." Alliance ships began firing. Missiles and energy beams hit the Revenant's hull, striking weak points revealed by human maneuvers. The ship shuddered, firing wildly in panic. Its drones collapsed. Energy beams misfired. Its bioneural core glowed erratically. Mia Roberts analyzed the data. "It's weakening. The core is unstable. The more chaos we maintain, the closer it comes to collapse. Keep the pressure constant." Logan Cruz gave the order. "All human ships increase random maneuvers, scatter in multiple directions, create false attacks from every angle. Overload the core completely. Strike teams, be ready for boarding if openings appear." The fleets worked in perfect yet unpredictable coordination. Ships moved erratically but with purpose. The Revenant's core began to emit pulses of energy, reacting violently to the chaos. Its hull cracked slightly under pressure. Energy beams misfired at its own drones. The ship's movements became frantic. Inside the Revenant, the organic core thrashed violently. Signals and attacks overwhelmed it. Its mechanical systems fought against internal stress, but the chaos was too much. Sergeant Luke Turner found a larger opening in the ship's hull. "We have a chance," he shouted. "Boarding team, move in." The team propelled themselves inside, cutting through organic mechanical tissue. Sparks flew as they disabled control nodes connected to the core. Energy readings spiked. The core pulsed violently, threatening to destabilize the entire ship. Noah Bennett's voice came over the comms. "Final protocol ready," broadcasting massive random signals into its systems. "Now, Logan." Logan Cruz activated the protocol. Electronic chaos flooded the Revenant, amplifying the effects of human unpredictability. False energy patterns, random attacks, and scrambled signals hit the ship. Its core began to burn brightly, unstable and overcharged. Daniel Brooks watched the viewscreen. "It's working. The core can't survive this." The Revenant screamed silently in space. Energy beams struck its own hull. Drones exploded. The black ship twisted violently, unable to fire accurately. The bioneural systems failed, overwhelmed by chaos and unpredictability. Sergeant Luke Turner and his team planted final charges on exposed sections. Sparks and flames erupted inside the ship. The core shuddered violently. The black hull cracked further. Daniel Brooks gave the final order. concentrated fire on the remaining weak points. Now, Alliance and human ships unleashed everything simultaneously. Missiles, energy beams, and concentrated fire struck the weakened hull. The biocore could no longer hold. The Revenant's hull shattered. A massive pulse of light erupted from the core. Pieces of metal and organic tissue exploded outward, drifting silently into the void. The ship was destroyed. Silence returned. The fleets floated in space, battered but victorious. Human and Alliance crews watched the remains of the greatest enemy they had ever faced. Daniel Brooks exhaled deeply. We did it together, Earth and the Alliance. We survived. And we won, Logan Cruz smiled. Unpredictable, improvised, adaptable. That's how humans survive. That's how we beat it. Mia Roberts looked at the remnants of the Revenant. We've learned something important. The Alliance must change. Our strategies, our thinking. We cannot rely on predictable patterns anymore, Noah Bennett added, and now we know the power of combined tactics. Humans bring improvisation. Alliance brings discipline. Together, we are stronger than anything we face. Sergeant Luke Turner surveyed his Marines. We survived against a living warship. Improvisation and teamwork saved us. Remember this. The galaxy may throw worse at us, but now we know we can survive. The fleets began repairs. Alliance leaders acknowledged that humans were not just allies, they were invaluable. Captain Daniel Brooks personally thanked Captain Logan Cruz. Mutual respect and trust had grown between humans and the Alliance. Dr. Amanda Price studied the remains of the organic tissue. This was not just a ship, it was built for war. And if someone built it, there may be more like it. Logan Cruz looked at the stars. Then we'll be ready, humans and the Alliance, unpredictable and strong together. The battle was over. The Revenant had been destroyed. Civilians on Veridian were safe, and the fleets had survived their greatest test. But the war for survival and the secrets of the Revenant's creators were far from finished. Daniel Brooks turned to Logan. This is only the beginning. But we've learned the most important lesson. Together we are stronger, and unpredictable, that's our edge. Logan nodded. And we will use it, no matter what comes next. As the fleets moved away from Veridian, the stars stretched endlessly. Somewhere out there, more dangers waited. But Earth and the Deathworld Alliance had proven one thing. When humans joined the fight, unpredictability became a weapon, and no ship, no matter how deadly, could withstand it. The fleets set course for repairs and planning. They had survived, won, and learned. And now, stronger than ever, they were ready for the future.